Oh my goodness, is that the holy light? Who is that gonna be coming out of the corner? Holy shit, it's an echo. Oh my goodness. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna be checking out the Wuthering Waves 2.1 drip marketing for Phoebe and Brant. Oh, that's so exciting. Definitely predictable characters to come out because they've been part of the marketing through and through, but it is great to have the confirmation on who is coming next. Rest in peace, Zanny lovers, you will have your time, but today we're going to be checking out these two. So I'm going to read it so you don't have to. We're going to speculate a little bit on what they might have for their kits and etc. And also an important thing, there's also a survey going on for Wuthering Waves that we'll talk about in the end of the video, as well as tonight we're going to do Carlotta's story quest, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So anyways, let's just dive right into it. Phoebe, let's go. She grew on me so much you know, from the story. Like, what is it, at first I'm just like, I don't really care about this character, you know, like she's cool, right? But oh man, like she really grew on me, man. Like she's so cute, and what is it, she has a really important role to play. It's actually interesting that she ended up being you know, on the second phase, but of course, you know, you can play the story, it actually makes a lot of sense for her to be that way. So I really do hope she plays you know, a big role in that aspect, you know, otherwise. And this is just her little animation. Of course, we have the rest of the actual drip marketing. If we go ahead and tab over this way, what is it? Oh no, it's still playing. What is it? I gotta go back and run away. What is it? There we go. All right, anyways, yeah, so this is the full drip marketing. Holy upgrade. Okay, see, to be fair, everyone's talking about how like Wuthering Waves, every time they up their drip marketing, I think they're just really artistic and they have a lot of potential to do whenever it comes to these banner arts, because these are also the banner arts, which is a super cool thing to think about. Is that this is gonna be your screen in about 4 weeks until you know, Rochia passes by. Also, O7 Rochia, not gonna lie, people are probably gonna skip her for these characters, but yeah, she's got all this going on, and you know, there's a bunch of Echo friends, and she's just, it's awesome. It's freaking beautiful, man. So let's go ahead and read out the rest of what this says. So, praise the Sentinel, may they guide you compassion and enlightenment. What is it? Let's see here. Phoebe is an acolyte of the Order of the Deep, always carries herself with the warmth and grace, devout and steadfast in her adherence to the Order's doctrines. She embodies exceptional self-discipline, yet beneath her composed exterior burns a vibrant spirit, alight with the heartfelt joy she holds dear. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty true. What is it? We should also go back and read the other one. Let's see here. Oh, I missed it. Hold up. What is it? What is it? Phoebe weaves light into intricate dancing patterns of dazzling ripples. With every graceful motion, she gathers the radiance of hope, shaping into a glow of warmth and serenity. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like our Phoebe, you know? What is it? Yeah, and we didn't really get to see, like I said, not too much from the story in terms of any powers, right? But I will like eat my foot on stream if she's not Spectro, like straight up. Like ever since the first drip marketing came out last year in 2024, like this character just screams they are a Spectro user. Like there's no way you're gonna tell me that's like, ah, yes, I am an acolyte of the Order, I use havoc damage, you know. I'm pretty sure she's going to be a Spectro unit. And of course, that's also supplemented by the new echoes or like equipment sets that we have that we'll talk about, you know, for more kit speculation after that. But let's go ahead to a certain star of the show, which is Brant. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at him. Woo! It's been a minute since we had a male character. Oh my god. My goodness. And they zoomed in on his chest. That's crazy. And the danger, in the face of danger and adversity, the stage is set for our grandest act. Surprisingly, had I would say, not a lot of screen time in terms of talking. But you know, maybe he'll actually be a lot more important as well inside this coming quest. So that'll actually be interesting, you know, because banners always have to follow some sort of thing where they make said character very important inside the main story. But that's also really hard to balance because you actually need to balance out telling the main plot in the first place. So sometimes characters get shoved to the wayside, and we see that happen sometimes with Genshin Impact, but that's overall okay, right? You know, I want them to be able to make, you know, a story that matters, you know, to the larger plot than, you know, around a certain character. But regardless, I mean, hey man, Brant's pretty cool. I like him. He's just, you expect him to be like this really serious guy from the original trailer, where he's like, he has the same pose and he's just staring at you, with a serious expression. But no, he's a fucking goofball, bro. He's such a goofball. Like, he's just like, oh hey, haha, I'm a bit theatrical, blah blah blah. Even in the heat of battle, he's just like, oh my goodness, I'm so silly. And Roshi is just so done with him. No, and there was also a hilarious too I saw. It's that if you pull Roshia, you have to pull Brant. Don't leave him alone without his first mate. And I'm like, damn, that's true. What is this? So hey man, if you care about that, there it is. But based on this art alone, I mean, hey, he's got a big ass sword, right? I know he used a gun in the cutscenes, but come on, man, he's probably a sword user. Let's see here. Brant casts out his grapple and heaves the anchor from its moorings, igniting a roaring blaze. The time has come to set sail to face another stormy challenge head on. Okie dokie. And then, of course, let's look at the art in full. Oh my god, it is so good. Look at that. What is it? As the captain of the Fool's Troop, Brant exudes a carefree and easygoing charm, unbound by convention. Beneath his flamboyant persona lies a genuine heart, deeply devoted to his family and compassions. His life is dedicated to securing a safe haven for the Truce members. Okay, that makes sense. And I wonder if when they say family, they mean more like, his found family, because it's very clear that the troop of fools, that he has on the ship are really, people that he's found along the way, and not really, anyone necessarily related to him, unless there is a family, because, Rinascita does have significant things about family, or maybe he's an outcast. I mean, we'll find out the hard way, right? But like, for sure, what is it like? Because again, he used a pistol in the cutscene, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be a sword, considering how this is so overt and also very fancy, and I'm sure people are slightly lamenting the fact that he is another sword user, because oh my goodness, we have like literally so many. But it is what it is. I'm happy because I like sword users. But anyway, yeah, no, not too much else to say about him. I mean, he just looks awesome, and man, this banner lineup is killer, bro. I had to get Phoebe, and then I have to get Brant, and then who knows what the reruns are. Just kidding, the reruns are fine. What is it? I don't have to worry about it, but you might have to worry about it. But anyways, let's move on to kit speculation. So one thing that's really nice, and this happens a lot inside all the other games too, happens in Star Rail, happens in Genshin, is that you can kind of guess based on if there's new equipment in the region, who is gonna do what, to some extent. So already checking off the boxes, we have Frosty Resolve for Carlotta, and then we have Midnight Veil for Rosia, right? And of course, Rosia is not out, but you can play her inside the story, and she not only has this echo set equipped, but more additionally, it very obviously seems catered towards her, right? Wua artifact sets, or just like echo sets, are very easy to understand. So you can just kind of connect the dots. It's like, oh, does this person do ice damage? Well, they must want the ice set. And whoop-de-doo, Frosty Resolve and Midnight Veil are kind of already checked off. So that leaves us with 3 sets. And what I find interesting is that you basically will have one outlier, right? But we have, like I said, Phoebe's probably going to be Spectro, so it wouldn't surprise me if she ran with something like this, right? And they also introduced Spectro Fravel with Rover first off, of all places, so it looks like this will probably be the place that Phoebe might fit into. And now the last 2 are kind of a toss-up, right? Because we have no idea what Brant does, like, actually, right? Phoebe, it's like, if you're not making her Spectro, you're literally high. And then for Brant, I have no clue, man. I have no fucking clue. But yeah, we have this one, Empyrean Anthem, which is all about coordinated attacks. And funnily enough, I would be a little worried if Brant ends up being another coordinated attack user, because we definitely wouldn't mind more, but we do have a reasonable amount where they don't want to keep pushing more in before it's a little bit overkill, because we have more Teffy, we have Yinlin, we have Jesse, who's on banner right now. And so it's like, maybe you want to chill out a little bit, and like, they already got a buff via this set, so there's not really a point to like make another 5-star coordinated attacker, right? Because of course, these banners also indicate that these are going to be 5 stars, so that's also really huge. But anyway, yeah, no, it's really interesting. Who's going to be the 4-star in Wuwa, man? We kind of need some 4 stars in Rinascita, because this lineup is crazy. If Zanny's anything less than a 4-star, we're all going to riot. But anyways, that leaves this one, right? Tide Breaking Courage. It's the first stat check type set, where increased Resonator's attack by 15%, and by reaching 250% energy regen, increase all attribute damage by 30% for the Resonator. So that's actually interesting. So it doesn't, what is it? It doesn't actually buff anybody else. It's more of a self buff, but you need to hit stat checks, right? And 250 ER is very difficult to hit. So I mean, if this ends up being him, and I think another thing that supplements that is that it's called tide breaking courage. So that's, you know, kind of related to the ocean, but this is a really interesting one because this is kind of a design that we don't get to see inside Genshin Impact and ZZZ because those games kind of steer away from this kind of design. But HSR is very familiar with designs that having stat checks to you know, increase certain things of a character, and I actually do kind of appreciate that, you know, that kind of direction and design, because it does open the floor a little bit, especially when these stats are controllable, especially with echoes, right? Is that echoes, you can just pick whatever stat you want, it don't matter, right? Like you can do whatever you want in there. So you know, the only outlier, right, is, you know, a main echo with crit rate, crit damage. But, you know, to be fair, most characters will use said thing, and if they're not, they're using healing bonus, so no big deal, right? But yeah, that's cool. So I would be very shocked if he was a coordinator attacker, right? And then unless they have him like double dip and then go backwards and do something back here, but I really doubt that. I'm pretty sure that they will do you know, all of this stuff. So, but that also scares me because that means Zanny has to be a coordinated attacker, and you know what people want? They want everything in their power to make Zanny a DPS. But yeah, that's kind of my full speculation on those two. You know, we'll see what happens either way. I'm sure we're gonna like them because WoW characters always lend themselves to a lot of skill expression, right? So it's gonna be fun, but it is great to always look at stuff like this and see, you know, kind of who's gonna be coming in the future. I think for sure these sets up here will be the generalists, right? And then, you know, over time we will get more specialist sets, which hopefully don't do too much. But either way, what is it? You know, it's good. It's a cool idea, you know, and detail to point out while you're, you know, speculating on what these characters might potentially be. But anyways, the last thing I want to talk about before we head out here is that Wuthering Waves in game. What is it? So, you know, if you ever want to take a survey for these things, they're always in game. And it is a very important survey because it's not a version thing. It is related to character design. And why this is important is because, like, oh, it's just a survey, I should just, you know, like, whatever. Remember, number one, Wuthering Waves actually listens to your feedback, right? Not everything that you say is going to go in, though. They're not going to suddenly increase the drops by 1,000 and remove the stamina system. Those are fundamental things, right? But think about it, give a good critique to it, right? That's something that makes sense, that does not compromise, you know, fundamental systems. And hey, it'll probably make it in because they do that every time, right? And this one, like I said, is very important because this one is all about their art direction and what they're planning on doing with characters. And they ask you very, very specific things. You know, all of the surveys, like how tall do you want the characters? How many male characters do you want? What kind of weapons do you want? Do you want us to add more weapons and stuff? Like, this is really, really important because Wuthering Waves is trying to gauge, you know, as a community, or, you know, in general statistics, what the kind of things that people want, right? So you have a chance. It's like, hey, you know, these are character designs I don't really like, you know, you can say I don't like that. And you can also put, hey, you know, this rover guy, you know, I kind of like him, and whatnot. But like, this is really important, right? And if you're, what is it, unlike the other, what is it, every survey really in Wuthering Waves is important because they do actually listen to the feedback. But definitely the key here is that this is going to influence a little bit of the art direction that they start moving with forward, right? Because, you know, remember that Jinzhou and whatnot and New Federation have all kind of contained the original Wuthering Waves style that they had projected for the game, but, you know, they also realize that they have to serve, you know, a much larger audience with a lot more color, right? And that's what RINASCITA is that it's a lot more you know, colorful world of, you know, Wuthering Waves and Solaris, but, you know, still maintains the intricacies of what makes the Wuthering Waves world so special. So again, check this survey out in game. If you play the game, you want to see, you know, things change, you know, what kind of direction they're doing with their characters, take this survey, do it. We're actually going to do it. And once again, a reminder that we're going to do it on stream after we play the Carlotta quest. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of things to say when it comes to character designs. But anyways, that is going to be all for our little speculation, drip marketing and whatnot. Also taking the survey. So thank you all so much for watching. And of course, don't forget to check out the stream when we do that. And here is all the other content that we do over here. You know, it's getting a little slow. You know, the start of the year has been a little uneasy, but regardless, I'm going to do my best to try and make you know, some content for you guys so we can really enjoy Wuthering Waves to its fullest as we move into 2025. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.